Amad Diallo has not even arrived at Old Trafford yet, but the Ivorian wonderkid may already have a problem on his hands. The 18-year-old is set to link up with his new team mates at Carrington in January after a deal worth up to £37 million was agreed with Serie A side Atalanta on deadline day. Diallo will arrive at Old Trafford with a sparkling reputation as one of the biggest young talents in world football. His performances for Atalanta at youth team level, as well as viral video clips from training, have already earned Diallo rave reviews amongst United supporters. Given his price tag, many will expect Diallo to make an immediate impact at United, particularly seeing as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been craving a right winger for well over a year. While the United boss will continue to plead with the board and hope they can deliver Jadon Sancho, Diallo highlights part of a wider problem at the club. Patience seems to be a thing of the past, and while United have a proven track record for developing young talent, there also appears to be a cap on players fulfilling their potential. Fans remain desperate to see United return to their former glories, and all the while there is pressure on Solskjaer to close the gap on Liverpool and Manchester City. Only the best young players will get a fair crack of the whip. Brandon Williams, for instance, has fallen out of favour following the arrival of Alex Telles, and Dean Henderson is still considered the club's number 2 goalkeeper behind David De Gea. Mason Greenwood is arguably the best young talent off the United Academy production line in years, but even he has struggled for minutes this season. But there is one player that highlights the ruthless nature of United's current squad better than anyone: Daniel James. He showed glimpses of huge promise at the beginning of last season following his arrival from Swansea for £15 million. Immediately, the world was expected of him, and when his performance levels dropped, he found himself in the spotlight. Now James can barely get a game and may benefit from a loan move, as he finds himself way down the pecking order. In the background, Sancho remains top of United's shortlist, and the club are desperate to bring in another winger to bolster their front line. Any acquisition will have a huge say on James' involvement, and the Wales international is clearly lacking confidence. He needs a run in the side to play his way back into form, but with Solskjaer under huge pressure, that is unlikely to happen. It's exactly why United have changed their tune on new signing Facundo Pellistri, too. Before his transfer from Penarol was completed, it emerged the young Uruguayan had been told he would be part of the first team. Solskjaer has since gone back on the promise, and Pellistri has been part of United's under-23 side as he looks to build up credibility. Meanwhile, young prospect Tahith Chong decided to go out on loan to Werder Bremen to gain some valuable experience after a handful of appearances in last season's Europa League. He is another player who is set to challenge the likes of Diallo for a place in United's senior ranks in the near future. The Atalanta prodigy has played just 24 minutes in Serie A and will need time to adapt to his new surroundings before breaking into the first team set-up. Even when he does, there is an ever-growing list of unnurtured talent ahead of him before he can consider knocking the likes of Rashford and Anthony Martial off their perch.